the tee right now.
So you're saying there's a chance?
There's definitely a chance.
Definitely a chance.
Always a chance.
Liquid into the tunnels. They'll spread themselves out. Initially looking like they were going to spread wide, but Elige is now going to take the tip of the spear in through mid doors, dividing Astralis in two. And speaking of two, that's the Device, who's actually come through the CT side of things, is fighting them as they try and march their way up. It is confusion everywhere, but Liquid on top of the trades. On the edges of those smokes, Zipnix is the last standing, hoping that somebody pokes out and gives him a freebie. And they do that, but it was going to end up being a double peek anyway. Liquid take that pistol round right away.
And what were we talking about? The quick mid-B split, and that's exactly what Liquid does. They go right out those doors to begin the round. Kills are being going back and forth. Astralis, Liquid, but by the end of it, Liquid fully in that B bomb site. The bomb is actually down towards middle, but it doesn't even matter in that 1v3. A great pop flash towards spawn allows them to peek out towards that middle area and secure that first round.
Early damage against Glaive on that scout shot that rang out. Astralis with the force buy. They have 2 scouts of their own as well. So plenty of scopes on the field on Dust 2, typically owing itself to very long-range fights. Looks like Magisk and Zipnix are over here on long A. Zipnix is holding the tighter angle with the CZ. Magisk with his Deagle. Ends one, and that was a Dupree actually gets the kill against Stewie. That was way back towards spawn.
This is getting scary now.
Oh, it is.
3 on 5. Zipex taking down Nitro as well. Now a smoke towards the doors ensures that no one else is going to come out for the trade. It's on to Twists and Elige here. A Galil, Smoke, a Krieg, and a Flash. Where do they go from here?
Oh my.
Towards this middle now, we will see Elige burn his flashbang, get a little bit of an advantage here, peering on in towards the mid as Twist comes to regroup with him towards the catwalk area. Does look like Liquid now favoring that A bomb site where Astralis is watching it from Car.
And Astralis, you talked about, they plugged up those long doors again, and that allowed them to really comfortably secure the extra rifle. They now have the Galil onto their sides as well, as Liquid waltz in towards what could be an ambush. 3 players on this side of things. Elige scopes up after his first volley of rounds. He turns and looks to try and do an immediate transfer. The player behind the box never really shows himself. Twist shows that he can flick with the Galil. Takes 2. Moving ahead, would have to ace this one. 20 seconds left. Even planting the bomb is going to be difficult to do. He'll safely plant it behind the box, but ducking in this turtle shell means that Astralis can start to close this gap, and they have done just that. The scout ends the job from catwalk.
I felt so bad for Twist there. He just saw a head pop up, then he saw a guy towards catwalk, then he saw a guy towards long. He's like, which one am I shooting at right now? And
it's like, just stop being annoying and just stop jumping.
One of you guys beat me, exactly. But it will be Astralis now on the back of some great shooting to pick up their first round, and by the looks of it, send Liquid now onto his save.
Yeah, that's a tough spot for Liquid because he won that pistol round and you're looking to get a great start. Instead, Astralis just take all the wind out of your sails. And Liquid, we had seen them before go for a couple force buy rounds in a row. This time it's just Twist with a Deagle, 2 flashbangs. That might be enough to just get them out the long doors. But there's 3 players for Astralis that are coming this way, possibly to just spam that with some grenades early. And Liquid do turn a little bit to port and head down mid instead.
Very fast up towards the catwalk. Twist is going to be using those 2 flashes to just keep those CTs blind. There's the first one, dropping Zipex now. But Device with that AUG towards the car here, able to find one Zipex, finding one of his own. And he finishes up with 2. Glaive chiming in with an M4 kill. And Astralis, well, they're on to 2, Dallas.
At that range and with those scopes, they don't have much of a chance. Tough spot for Liquid. They had a smoke that popped on the catwalk, which gave him a little bit of extra room to get out onto the elbow, but it was just too much automatic fire coming from Astralis. Liquid, though, do have automatic weapons for themselves this round, 2 Kriegs as well. So both teams are using that new stopgap, though Device is using a stolen one of his own. This might be a faster play to catwalk. One player sneaks by, but yeah, Elige survives at 1.
With a minute 40 on the clock, sitting at 1 HP now. He's going to have to go a lot more passive, and that nade takes him out.
Almost hits him.
Elige is down for the count.
Nice shot. This is similar to what he did with the Galil. 2 kills quickly. He's made his way past the elbow now. Liquid is still scattered, and they're working their way towards long. They have the lurk for Naf.
Look at
Device may have sensed him.
They're just leaving Twist to lurk. They haven't even really attacked towards that long. You got to imagine if Liquid moved their way out towards long just a little bit earlier, they would have been able to actually help Twist out, defend him, take him down, and move on to the A-bomb site. But we are into a 3-on-3 right now as the minute mark passes on the clock. And Liquid are slowing this round down.
It's almost like those 2 kills from Twist gave him a little bit of confusion. It's like, well, we got those kills. What do we do now? I guess we'll play keep the lurk and see if somebody pushes through the tunnels. Takes the long way round. So both teams disconnect again, and Astralis doing similar to what they had done before on the previous map of Inferno, starting to get a little bit mobile.
Look at Device now making his way towards the top and middle here as Liquid moving around towards that long A area. Naf coming back through T spawn here. Is he going to be able to actually catch Device off, or is Device going to make it around that corner and start taking out some terrorists? And there it is.
So good. And the molly lands. Doesn't seem to be burning him, so he will plant the bomb. 2v3 right now on site. Not many places for Stewie to remain. He'll be traded quickly, and Naf flanks the flanker. Takes Device down, leaves it to a 1v1. Flashbang out. It's still going to be Magisk that has to make the move. The scope was there, but the lack of scope, and without even the real firepower from the Galil, still gets it done.
That was a great flank from Device there. Dallas coming around towards the long, pushing off that catwalk. Really an unorthodox mid-round play that Team Liquid was not expecting. He's going to take full advantage of it, actually bring his team back into the round. And Naf there in that 1v1, I thought he had the opportunity to close that one out.
I like what they did there with pushing Device into mid, because he's wrapping long. He's essentially saying, okay, when you're on site, back off, go towards catwalk, and then we'll play retake A, and we'll just be in these superior positions anyway. There's not many places for him to hide.
If Device was 2-3 seconds later on that flank, Naf would have caught him. It would have needed to start to develop.
So Liquid shortchanged, taking damage again in mid, being harassed. This is what we saw on Inferno as well. They're not really giving him any quarter, nowhere to hide, harassing them the whole way, forcing Liquid to fight for absolutely every yard. No casualties yet, but they are absolutely wounded in the process of getting here. They've just eaten a flashbang. Makes them a little bit nervous.
Does look like Liquid want to boost the buff for anybody going towards that off angle. It will be the majority of these Liquid players towards Cat, with one member watching that long aggression. But Zipex with some nice aggression of his own here towards the catwalk, not able to find anything. And it will be the first frag going the way of Elige as Glaive trades it very quickly out and Device comes in for one of his own.
Stewie takes a lot of damage from a Molotov as well. Now Liquid start to clamber over the corpses, making their way in. It was not Stewie that gets that kill. That was in fact Nitro that dialed in the Deagle. Bomb will be planted, safely so. Again, Astralis just playing the retake, safely so.
Nitro's
let the grenades airburst, finish the jobs. Actually, so much grenade damage has been dealt this round.
Nitro's got an op. Astralis doesn't have the utility to actually Molotov the site, so it's doable. And here come the jumping heads once again as Dupree takes down Nitro, and Astralis move on to their fourth, Dallas.
That was wild, actually. So we saw in mid there was a little bit of skirmishing going on with rifles, did chip damage, and then they set up on top of the Xbox portion of Catwalk, ate a couple more grenades, ate a Molotov. Stewie burned for quite a bit there, and then the grenade finished the job on the site. So much utility damage for Astralis in that round.
Yeah, they're doing a great job right now on their C2 side. And remember, before this match started, I was talking about getting that 6th round on the board. Well, Astralis are 2 rounds away from it right now. And at that point, you get it this early on into your CT campaign, well, you're going to be smiling the rest of this half.
Possibly all the way to the bank with the lion's share of the $200,000 prize. And look at the grenade damage again. And HE concusses them, slows them down, and they burn in the molly. A kill and then some. Flashbangs as well. They are being harassed by almost everything thrown at them, even including the kitchen sink. They haven't even seen an Astralis player yet.
They do have Stewie now in pit with this AWP here, so they can rotate back around outside the long area, go back towards that catwalk hit, and just leave this off to anchor right now and pick off any CTs that want to peer off that A-bomb site towards the long.
Liquid's expending so much utility. They've down to 3 smokes and 2 mollies. They've just cleared out car, and they want, I guess they want it to be purified by flames. All 3 mollies go to car. Nobody's home. They will not get a free kill out of that one, and now they're left scratching their heads. They've at least done damage to Glaive. caught one in the leg, possibly from Stewie.
The flash that they intended to actually flash and peek long didn't work, but it will be a very quick long hit in response by Liquid moving up into that A-bomb site. Zipex to defend. What can he do?
He just needs to slow him down, let everybody else arrive, and they have. 4 bodies are here in defense. Finally, one of those dies. More mollies into the site. Stewie's got himself 2 kills. Can he get a couple more? He misses this shot against Glaive, and he'll pay for his sins, leaving Naf alone. And this jumping retakes are just so harassing. Those were dangerously close. He gets into this dirty angle behind the barrels, and he seems to have been snuffed out. Dupree fires that one through, spears him, and they'll take that 5th round. Still holding the double op.
So the point I was trying to make actually before we saw the hit come in was the fact that we saw a flashbang come out towards the long A. That was intended to actually blind anybody long that was playing aggressive. Stewie didn't get eaten by that flash. Stewie is actually not blind. Unfortunately, though, he only legs Glaive. So not only does Glaive find out that there's an op hiding in pit, he also spots a couple more players, and that's where we see the Astralis rotations start to develop. And I do believe in response, Liquid are now going to call attack pause to kind of just gather their laurels, recollect themselves here, and see where they can go from this.
Yeah, the last map it went 7-1, and I think Liquid ended up, no, it went even 8-1, I think, beyond that. So it was always an uphill battle no matter what for Liquid, and it seems to be the same case again, especially to the T-sided favor. And they are battling for not just the cash, but also that beautiful trophy that we just spotted.
It would be nice. First trophy of 2019 right now.
Yeah. So what's next after the timeout? Does Liquid mix up? They've really abused the A site.
Yeah, I mean, even working towards B very early on is going to be difficult for Liquid just because of the amount of utility Astralis has, right? They're undoubtedly going to Molotov in towards those B tunnels, smoke it off after. So Liquid kind of can't pressure that the way they'd like to at the beginning of the round. I could imagine Astralis, though, going for this 2-1-2 setup here. Yep, there it is. The Vice going for a little bit more of an aggressive peek. Stewie punishing that right off the bat, but you know what? Dupree's going to answer right back with a kill of his own.
Well traded. Astralis decided to change up their battle plans since it was a Team Liquid timeout. They decided to try and stop them before they can really get comfortable. 1-for-1 trade. Liquid is okay with that sort of trade, at least for now. Grenade bounces off. That might go a little bit too far, so it doesn't do nearly as much damage as it may have done if he had thrown it just a second earlier. Liege will advance his way up to Catwalk. Liquid, so far, a little bit scattered right now, but at least they have some semblance of map control.
Nice little one-way smoke coming out from Liege, responded by Astralis with a smoke of their own, cutting off his aggressive angle here. We will see the rest of Team Liquid now. One towards the middle, that's the bomb carrier. 2 members moving back towards long here for this late round take. But Dupree has made his way into B tunnels, and he's making the call that he doesn't see anything.
This is so similar to what we saw last map. I mean, they'd put Glaive into Banana and say, okay, nobody's here, give up a lot more room and start to get extra bodies on A instead. He's down here searching. He'll jump up on top of that little box. He spotted one.
Spotted him.
He did. So they know where there's at least a couple players at least on Catwalk right now. Magisk will be able to bring the rifle in to mid if he chooses. Astralis is still really a little bit hesitant about putting bodies in the right spot towards the A site. Zipnix gets one of his own. He'll be traded out, and the bomb will be planted, and again another retake comes. 3 always seems to be the number for Astralis, and they always start this off by jumping, searching. Dupree does die to this one, though, and it's all up to Glaive now. Liquid looking to put a round on the board after the timeout.
Glaive just going for that jumping kill. Liege is so low. This could go his way, and he gets it. Now it's on to Naf here in pit with the AK. Will Glaive be able to pick this one up? It will be Naf getting Liquid's 2nd round on the board. Can they keep this going now, Dallas?
Just the same way that it happened on Inferno, they have one surviving. In fact, I think it's Naf again surviving. And they ended up getting eco reset, a very painful way to do it.
You hear the crowd right now.
Crowd's still fans, man.
They're still believing, and I love it. I love it. We're still very early on to this game. It might be a 5-2 scoreline here, but anything can happen. Matt just taking quite a bit of damage towards the start of this round right now, and a very fast cat from Nitro.
Yeah, quickly that money's been showing signs of weakness already for Astralis. They go heavy into the ops, but weaker into the rifle side of things. FAMAS and then a UMP on the SMG side of the world. Glaive, I think, was a donator to some of those guns. He just has a CZ and a flashbang, not even armor behind him right now.
Astralis going for a long A retake right now. A little bit late into the round here as we pass the 1 minute 20 mark. They do set up Zipex in towards that pit area. We are going to see them fall into more of a 2-1-2 setup here as Glaive moves down towards that double doors.
Yeah, this is temporarily weakening the A site. It's so difficult if you're a CT fighting from CT to the A site. It's just such an ambush position. So many angles that can attack you from above. Smokes come out, a Molotov in response, stopping Liquid for the time being. Smoke will have much longer longevity than that Molotov, though. It really comes down to the ops that Astralis have invested into this round to break the edge off of Liquid's advance. Molotovs land in behind the ramp, setting it alight. They'll get the first kill with the rifle. Instead, Glaive with the CZ is in a pipe dream of being able to get a kill from that position. They'll give up the A site, and Astralis will probably collect themselves and hold on to one of the ops into the next round.
That opening made possible by a beautiful one-way from Elige on that catwalk there, just peering right through it, catching off Astralis here, and it is going to prompt a save from the CTs and allow Liquid now to get their third round on the board.
Yeah, they're coming back into it, and a healthy round win at that. We're talking about their eco reset. Now, it was very, very much so at the precipice of disaster, but this is the exact opposite. A very, very healthy round, exactly what the doctor ordered. They'll be able to escape the site, and they're still very wary about this, too. Nobody wants to die. Everybody's together. One big mass unit.
Wisely so. Their money isn't set. They're still not really in a great position, but look at that. With all 5 members surviving, they've got themselves another gun round under their belt here. So Liquid have catapulted their way back into this game with only 2 more rounds to add on to that one that they won earlier.
Yeah, and still, though, Astralis are wise enough to say, you know what? We'll pick our battles. We're not going to die on this hill. We're going to keep these weapons into the next round. Give a little bit more with a Deagle in play as well, but it's not much better than that. They still hold a lead.
Here's the fast cat coming up from Astralis right now. Elige has already made his way towards lower. Dupree didn't see anything, and he gets flashed off, but Elige catches a nade in his pocket.
Another nade lands right at Elige. It's down to 40, and this is just a seldom little CZ, but you actually have 3 players at the CT side. They were trying to boost up to that box, and it looks like they left the device down there to single-handedly defend, and quickly Dupree and Glaive fall back to the A site and try and take that territory back, make it comfortable, all with the bonus of having a player up on that box position in CT. Very strong, especially what you talked about before the game even started against that mid to B push, which we haven't actually even seen yet from Liquid.
Elige now going for that one-way angle once again here, just peering on through it. Not really finding too much right now. There is an op waiting for him on the other side, but we were talking about the mid to B. It does look like Liquid opting to go for that kind of a split right
Well,
now.
they've left NAF back here before, but the bomb's in play over here as well.
Yeah, here comes the mid to B.
Oh, yes. Possibly one of the most beautiful strategies, but if you don't deal with this player on box, it can be quickly usurped. He's up on top, and they do catch him, staring him down. Zipnix is out wide. He falls, and now Magis with the Deagle can't get anything done. The Molly's in front of him. Dupree is quickly the last man to tell the stories of how this one devolved. Liquid go for the B site, which they have, I think, possibly the first time they've done this.
Since pistol round.
Yeah, since pistol round, and they just show in spades how to take that one.
Dupree now towards spawn. Does he anticipate this? He's not. He gets caught with the knife out. Elige able to take down that AWP, and Liquid 1 round away from tying this one up 5-5.
Yeah, you talked about the CT side being able to get those 4 or 5 rounds, and they're comfortable. Still, Astralis is very comfortable at this right now. It's up to Liquid to get this pressure, build up this momentum, and keep it coming. Don't ever give Astralis an inch, because they'll take a mile from you very quickly. So, we've seen Astralis be very good on their eco rounds, in addition to being very, very good on their rifle rounds, too. So Liquid aren't out of the woods yet, though this round does seem, the forecast of it does seem to be a little bit more simple.
A little bit of an NOA stack towards the middle area right now as Dupree gets on top. We will see Liquid moving down towards middle as Elige and Nitro getting just ever so more aggressive as this round progresses.
Molotov lands just the opposing side of this stack. Spots the shadow and absolutely removes him, though. He loses the bottom side of the totem pole. Gets traded up. I was talking how good their ecos were. Device was getting pretty close with flirting with the idea of stealing another kill away. A Liquid hold a man advantage, but only just. Still, a Deagle can still be oh so dangerous. But Dupree is very neutered in the fact that he has 5 and now 0 HP. Just Glaive left with the USP. Liquid get around, and they just don't want to lose any more bodies. Just nobody else die, and you can come out of this round with your head held high.
Yeah, Glaive just recovering all that he can right now. A Krieg, Flash, Nade. He's got no armor, no kit. He's probably not going to go for this round. He's probably just going to peer on into the site, look for any exits that he can find here. But it will be Liquid now, getting their 5th round on their board and crawling themselves back into this game.
He's talking about nobody else dying, and I think Glaive knew exactly that. He went for that fight immediately, so because yes, Liquid don't, I mean, there's going to be guns anyway for Astralis, so take that rifle that you found on the ground and put it to good use.
Look at Liquid's money right now. Talking about economy here, and the majority of these Liquid players sitting around that 6K, that 7K mark. You have Twist on 5.9, Stewie 7.3, Naf 8.9, Nitro 6.4, and Alicia the lowest on 4K here. So even if they're getting the bomb down throughout these rounds, they're still building that economy. Astralis right now, well, they're going to spend every last dollar they have in efforts to buy into this round here. So a good opportunity for Liquid, not only to take this round, but also force Astralis onto either a small force buy or a full eco.
Yeah, after this. They've got plenty of cash into this round.
Yeah, exactly.
And this is a similar buy that we had seen earlier with the double op setup. So did they deploy this arsenal any differently? So we saw some early skirmishes into mid, and this is what makes Dust very difficult for the CT side, especially. It costs you a grenade even just to get to the B site, either a smoke or an HE.
Exactly.
But that B site has been, the door's been knocked on once or twice. Liquid might want to try that again, because if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But sometimes you don't want to get into that groove of just being a one-trick pony.
Definitely not. Definitely not. And I do believe another pause has come about. I believe Liquid definitely just taking this round, trying to speak about it, trying to understand how they want to approach this gun round. Or possibly even Astralis figuring out what's going wrong right now. Because they were up with a tremendous lead, and Liquid, well, they've solved the equation. They've figured it out. They're getting rounds on the board right now, and Astralis, really no answer for it.
Now let's hear that crowd for this timeout. They've given the energy to Liquid. They've started to come back into this one. They've drawn it broadside.
We've actually had a player
drop the player. So they've Astralis, Liquid have drawn this side by side. It's neck and neck, 5-all. But you had said earlier, Astralis have gotten that par for the course 5th round, and now anything beyond this is bonus, icing on the cake.
Yep. I do believe we had a match medic right now, and yep, there it is. Match medic has been completed. We will get started now momentarily into this 11th round of the first half of map 2. For those of you just joining us, Astralis winning map 1 in pretty convincing fashion.
Handily, yeah.
Handled map 1, essentially. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Liquid were reined in, if you will. There's the crowd behind them. It's a long road again. Astralis just look to get bonus rounds from here up, and they've got a lot of time to be able to do it. We're only just now into the top of the 11th round. Quick match medic came in. Big shout out to the admins being able to provide that. Stewie drops Dupree first, and that makes that B site look a little bit more tantalizing. They quickly start to collapse in here, but Magisk has something else to say about this. He's barely ticking.
Ooh.
He's got some support from Device, who wallbangs Stewie through the doors.
From A.
Yeah, from A.
He wallbanged them from A, Dallas.
Downtown.
Talk about Chris Kyle.
Well, that shifted them. We've seen this before. Liquid, when they start to feel like they've got momentum going one way, and then they get a casualty, they go the other direction quickly. And this is where this op was. Back to the A site. The flashbangs are fantastic. They made their way to the elbow. Glaive pokes his way out, and there was no opportunity for a trade. Device had shifted way far back. It looks like even a couple more warning shots were there. They saw the bald dome of that new T model.
Yeah, shout out to Nitro keeping his head down there as he went across elbow into the site.
Looking a lot like Bach, the bald head. Twist tries the same thing, but he's got a fresh haircut. 2-on-2, retake is still there with the potential, especially with Zipnik's being so close. He's got help, but he's lost it to the rear. It's going to be Naf left. Bomb is planted for him, so Zipnik's needs to take the initiative. He's now at these second boxes, looking to see if he can touch this one from around the corner. He's just eking around the edge. We've got a scope, but he doesn't need it. Straight to the dome. 6th round for Liquid. They take the lead.
And in doing so, put Astralis into this predicament. Are they going to force up? They'll most likely get a scout, maybe some pistols, because they do have the economy under their belt. But overall, it will be most likely, and it is, a save round from the CT side. Liquid now, the opportunity to get a 2-round lead, unless Astralis' pistols have something to say about that.
They've done it before. Quick smokes to Catwalk. Straight down they'll go. Elige posts up. They want these picks. They've got so many scopes to just take a peek. So do they expect Device? He's at point-blank range. He takes 1.5. Elige was very near that one, taking one to the head as well. Caught him in the upper chest. And now they take the fight at range. There's going to be an additional kill with Nitro coming across the catwalk. That's going to make things difficult for Glaive, who's alone towards this A site. And a CZ in play.
Yeah, Dupree just smoked the doors and pushed through it, thinking that Stewie wouldn't think about that, but Stewie does, and now Nitro with a little nice kill towards Glaive on that CT spawn ramp as Magisk takes down Stewie, recovers the tree, but it's going to be Nitro to say, nope, this site's mine, we want the 7th round.
I mean, given Astralis did go for a weaker little pistol buy there, they had deagles and such, but they're getting consistent kills when they have lackluster weapons. That's going to keep Liquid from having an out-of-control economy. It's still very good for Liquid's money right now. You've got Naf at 10K, but he's atypical. The next player down has 7,000 for Stewie, and then it goes down beyond that even so. But Astralis want these little bonus rounds I've been mentioning before, but Liquid have buttoned up. They're looking a lot better now than they were early on in this half.
I love the pace that Liquid's doing towards this middle area. Very quick, establishing control essentially as soon as the round starts. That allows them to focus on other parts of the map. But this round, they're actually going to lurk out middle, where we see Astralis playing a double middle setup.
This is interesting. Very dry. CT flashbang actually came in, and they absolutely dismantled the crossfire with a cross of their own. Elige has this spray control memorized. 3rd or 4th bullet out range gets Magisk. And quickly Astralis have not much to offer. 2v5. Glaive, hoping that he stands on top of this CT box, will be rewarded with 1 kill. Look at this rotation. Bomb's been planted at the B site, but Stewie's all the way back towards T-spawn. They actually want to keep these guns out of play for next round already. Liquid's thinking 2 steps ahead from Astralis.
Yeah, and as we do see Elige now moving up towards this A bomb site here, Stewie positioned outside long now, going to peer on in. Glaive holding that angle is going to punish Stewie for it. Recover the AWP as well here. So we have a double off setup now on the field. Device takes down Twist. A great shot from Elige though onto Device in the pit. Will leave only Glaive to try and save. You like that?
I do. I love that. Now they know that he's above the pit right now, and quickly Naf is going to try and round this corner. They got plenty of money to be able to afford this. They go for the free fire, but Elige actually pushes the issue, gets them from the car side of things. No weapons saved. Liquid being 2 steps ahead of them, made sure that there was nowhere left to hide. No cheeky angles hiding back towards T-spawn or anything. So the 8th round for Liquid, they had taken that lead. Now they're extending that lead. And Astralis are back down to some pistols. Typically they've been getting 2 or 3 kills with this setup.
A very slow start for Liquid, a very strong finish, however, to join right up with it.
I mean, it's still not quite the strongest of finishes. They would have to close this out. Man, this just seems to be rinse, repeat, over and over again. Ducking the shot, though, is Twist. That will at least stop the sweating, but there is a problem developing.
Yeah, but Stewie 2K looks like he's about to be the problem solver right now as Glaive's made his way towards the top of middle. Stewie not wavering. He does turn his head at the last second here. That is going to allow Glaive to be a little bit more comfortable, but it does look like Liquid now will be moving towards middle momentarily. No, they're actually going to aim for everybody outside long, leave that lurk towards the B tunnels. Let's see how they progress in this round.
These flashbangs and grenades that are coming out long is really going to be the initiative for Glaive to start moving off of tree.
We got Naf coming back through T-spawn here. Twist is watching the flank momentarily. I don't think Glaive is going to expect Naf this late into the round here.
This hardcore stack. Oh my goodness! Glaive with a kill. He'll plug up a smoke, so they know that they're committed to the A site right now. They're walking into a trap. Dupree closes the distance. Usually you want that smoke deeper towards CT side. The rifles are getting it done. It is just Glaive alone. Man, were they able to, I mean, they just by the saving grace were able to get those wins. Look at the damage that was dealt against the remaining Liquid players. Twist at 50, Nitro at 8. So they know that they're lit. Virtually the same thing we saw earlier with this Krieg pushing towards the B site last time, pushing towards A to get some kills.
So Glaive's play was spotted. They realized that he's in spawn. This is going to prompt Glaive now to fall back for the save here. It's going to give Liquid their 9th round of this first half.
Ooh, timing.
Nitro has an inkling.
Yeah, he
feels
does.
it. He feels it.
He's pursuant. Glaive turns the corner almost safely again, but he's taken down on the front line. 5 to 9. It's the old 9 to 5. That's what these guys do for a living. Play Counter-Strike, and I believe we will move our way into the last round of the first half. AWP in play for Astralis, double AWP for Liquid. They've got plenty of cash, really. I mean, they can afford to triple this up even. Quadruple it if they want. But they don't.
It does look like Liquid will be moving very quickly towards B here, looking for the early entry pick. We do have the AWP on the back of Stewie here, peering on into that site as the 2 other members of Liquid move up towards that catwalk to take cat control and leave the remainder of NAF to sit in T-spawn and watch that long push.
Pop flash in. They've secured the crux of Short, looking to make their way to the A site right now. Maybe trade out some of that utility. They have been really just grinding Astralis round after round. Just trading utility this early on in the round would be fantastic for them. Maybe it's a smoke and maybe a pop flash for a peek or two. They do have Device that's giving Glaive some support here as well on A. That's an AWP and an M4. As the smoke lands, that will land right at the top of the railing there, and that will allow them freedom of movement to go wide if they want, but Glaive goes even wider at that. Might actually catch him.
Nade.
Oh, that hit Twist. That was like way deep.
Smoke as well, but you know what? Nitro's made his way on the edge of it. He's able to open up the side onto Glaive. The off of Device puts an end to Nitro and to Twist here, Dallas. And it is a 3-on-4 as Stewie 2K makes it a 3-on-3.
Yeah, the flashbang interrupted his momentum, his rhythm, as maybe they now go for a boost possibly to get back into the field of things. That would be difficult to do. Very surprising. It's a smoke that comes in, but that's down low. It's a CT smoke, actually. It may have been flubbed. We've got some late pressure coming in from Dupree, or sorry, Magisk coming across catwalk. Pop flash, that's for long. Can they round this corner in time? A tall boost, deep against the wall. Elige will trade it out, but it's now just NAF. Bomb may be planted for him, but he's blinded at that. He's got a molly as well. The bomb's being defused right now, but it doesn't matter. Astralis, they book into that half. They get the closing statements of the argument, and they will round it out.
That was wonderful from Astralis there. I was actually wondering how they were going to peer on into the site. I thought they were going to go for the double head stack, but I was sitting there thinking, well, there's no smoke towards long. There's nothing to really protect you to get, you know, the angle above that smoke. What they do instead, they toss the flash high. They go for the boost. You see the 180 as soon as he gets on his head, and there it is. The retake begins. Astralis gets their 6th on the board, and that's exactly where I'm sure they'd like to be.
Yeah. Yeah, they only got 1 cherry on top.
Yeah,
they didn't get no sprinkles, no frosting.
But they are moving on to T side. Look at all the utility they've bought. Only 2 armored players here, and it will be a very fast long coming out from Astralis.
Yeah, Magic just hops his way across Device to get out towards the trash bin, and they push Liquid back. Those 3 players that were defending that corner will yield, and now they have that huge advantage, that long angle. If Astralis want to round that corner, the Glock's not going to be able to take that kind of battle safely so. So Liquid are welcoming into that fact, but it's interesting that Astralis have so much utility. 3 smokes to work with, whichever way they please. They could really make this look like a convincing attack to the A site with 2 of those smokes, and then fake to B. Double headshot. Man, I was saying the Glock might not have much of a chance against that fight, but that would really sell a fake.
Well, on top of that kill, plus these smokes, we've seen the B player actually move out of the bomb site here. And this is going to prompt the Astralis side to start peering on into that B-bomb site, which they're doing exactly
Get her
right
done.
now. Twist not able to hit Glaive. Glaive really not in any position to get any kills, but you know what? It doesn't matter. They've taken B, and we're into a 4-on-4 retake.
And they've got Device for the lurk. So Liquid are still up a creek. Stewie's always so good around smokes. Now they sneak and snake their way in through the window. They'll take these first fights, and it goes even trades, but Liquid hold a man advantage. No kit, but it doesn't matter. Plenty of time. Naf comes back for seconds. Both Twist and Naf get 2 kills apiece, and that looked like such a beautiful execute for Astralis the whole way through.
Yeah, that was definitely exactly what Astralis was intending to do. It worked out in their favor flawlessly. They get the early entry kill towards long. They smoke long. They get the rotations out of B. They move into the site, but some great shooting from Team Liquid, able to move right back in. Stewie, that shot in the smoke to start that retake scenario off, and Liquid's going to get 10.
Yeah, it seems so... I mean, it's okay, he killed him through smoke, but it actually has just that much extra push that's a difference maker on that retake. So you put one guy on the bomb and just let her go. Twist, quick frag against Device, and that 8K is set alight. Not much money in the pockets for Astralis on this round, so any gun dropped is a problem. Deagle is turned back, and Twist will get another one with his AUG.
He's taking quite a bit of damage, though, so he is going to have to give up long at this point here. No AK recovered here. I'd like to see Dupree actually make an effort and go for it. He's also got to recover the bomb as well that's sitting in T-spawn.
Yeah, Astralis, I think, do need to go back and get that AK. I think they thought they had 2 AKs coming into this round, but maybe Glaive already has it. No, he's all the way towards
B.
B.
They did. They initially, it went down towards long when he took the peek.
Okay, well, here we go. Man advantage to Astralis, at least at this B site. You're lacking armor, at least for Dupree. He's in the back lines of this. Glaive is the meat shield up front. Stewie's on just the off angle, but he should be able to peek this and clear it. They spot, headshot followed up with a body. Stewie and Nitro pair up. Doesn't matter that they were outnumbered. That small, tiny choke point makes their numbers mean nothing.
Yeah, especially with the way they set up their crossfire right there. Just both of them playing one really tight, one really far. Stewie with the jiggle, getting ready to swing. As soon as Nitro makes that contact, you see Nitro start it off. Stewie comes in and joins in, and at that point, well, Astralis is up the creek without a paddle. Liquid onto their 11th now. Astralis, well, they're onto the save here. Liquid the opportunity to get their 12th on the board and get that much closer to this map 2 victory.
Oh, yeah. Well, we remember in the last map, Astralis had lost that pistol round, and they went for a force buy in the second, and they won it. And that stopped Liquid right at the front door, right out of the gates. But instead, Liquid take that first and second. Should be an even easier third this time, as they take a quick timeout to figure out what's up next. And what are your thoughts? Does Astralis just go for a quick B rush, get a bomb plant down? They need something.
Yeah, I could imagine they either burst out the catwalk, maybe go for a B rush. We do see Magis. He's got a deagle in his hand, and we have another lag out, actually.
Yeah, drop him, they'll be able to bring him right back. I don't think he bought either, so it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We saw a very quick match medic earlier. Yeah. Salute to the admins for that. We will salute them again when they fix this one. But Liquid now holding the, at least for now, lead. It is a T-sided map, and Astralis, the sun will soon rise, and they'll be able to afford rifles shortly enough. But for the time being, Liquid can relax and take these easy rounds as they come. They are bought up appropriately as well. Nitro running the MP9, and those AUGs showed their prominence, especially even in the last round as well towards long A.
Definitely think that Liquid right now are going to have to be careful going into this eco round here, as if they start losing maybe 1-2 members very early on into this eco, if they start to lose that third, well, it's unsuccessful for them. They need to start building economy up, because Astralis moving into this first gun round, remember, it is T-side. Astralis is still at an advantage. I've seen plenty of Dust 2 matches that have seen a 13 to 5 lead just all of a sudden turn into 16 to 13 once those AKs get on the field. So Liquid, the name of the game right now is building economy, staying alive, and playing safe.
Hey, look at those beautiful hazel eyes. Man, they stare right into your soul. Almost through you, even. Oh, he disappeared. Everybody disappeared. They get a new spawn set. DJ says yes. We're playing with the crowd. I hope everybody can hear the crowd.
Yeah, I hope they can hear the crowd right now. And there it is. There it is. So
the best is when you get inside the head and you can see the entire eyeball. It's creepy.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious. But just talking about the match right now as freeze time does come undone, we see a couple pistols being bought by Device, by Magisk, as well as Glaive. Zipex picks up that P250 as well. So I imagine Astralis not moving too quickly this round, looking more so for any picks that they can find.
There's this MP9 I was talking about. It was the appropriate purchase for the acclimate weather of the quote-unquote eco for Astralis, and I say quote-unquote with heavy asterisks. Magisk has the first and was starting to dial in Elige, as he will have to clamber over Naf's body, who's typically been the last man standing for a very, very large part of the first half. But things are now changed. Liquid's now on the defensive side of things.
And into this 4-on-4 now as we pass the minute 15 mark on the clock here. Astralis, no bomb in their hands. Stewie with a nice kill onto Glaive here as he tried to make his way out of those B tunnels and maybe open up that B bomb site. It will be Astralis looking for that bomb. We will see Dupree go to recover it here as the remaining members of Astralis heading up that catwalk.
Bomb's not quite here. Man, Elige is so wounded. He does get finished off. And Twist is out in the open. He's got to be worrisome about a Deagle firing off his way, but it's really a poor exchange. 2 rounds for probably 4 or 5 already from the automatic AUG. Dupree takes this bomb, makes his way towards tunnels.
Goodness.
Does he actually slip under the wire?
He did exactly that. Dallas moving very quickly into B. Doesn't even go for the CZ right away. He takes that quick jump spot. Does trade it out. He will be going for the plant. But you know what? Stewie realizes it. He's going to hop on in. The bomb doesn't go down. And Liquid get their 12th.
Doubling up on Astralis now. And they have the momentum. But there will be a challenge. Interestingly, though, not the massive amount of firepower that Astralis is accustomed to. Device has the quick scout, scope, and shoot and scoot of the scout, and he will take this one, hopefully be able to pick off, at least do some damage to the CTs quickly. It's a gamble, of course, in mid. That one was just a shade in front of Naf, I believe. No, that was Stewie that made his way over to the B site. He will be solo at the time, being a quicker cat for Elige now. He'll post up, keeping himself safe from tunnels now. They actually go for a stack, but Dupree is quickly thrown right back down. The wall, only thing saving his teammate from that grenade that was really dialed into him.
Nitro now playing very close to those doors. It looked like Glaive wanted to go for it there, but just the way that smoke was angled, he couldn't really force his way out. Twist with a little bit of contact towards that long A right now. But it will be Astralis. Just taking it very slow, not really having too much room to work with. This is some great aggression from Liquid here that's keeping Astralis on their toes.
Good flashbang for Catwalk. It is sent right back at them, about a 1.5 delay. Typical smoke that lands to Catwalk, and they hesitate. Elige looking for a couple Ts that overstep their bounds across this region. A Molotov comes his way. Now cross smokes come down, including as well. They will make their way across the elbow towards the site, but the bomb's still not quite this far yet. Naf tucks in tighter to the wall if he can. Can he get some help? It seems like almost broadsided. Glaive is having a field day on site right now. Says the water's fine, guys. Bring it on in. The Molotov will make its way to the site and actually separate the Ts from one another temporarily. Lining him up, though. Naf makes his way right up the ramp, catching all 3.
I really want to shout out Nitro there that made his way up towards that catwalk while the hit was taking place. I mentioned that he was playing very aggressive towards those doors early on into the round. He ends up pushing through them, catching one of the Astralis members during that hit. That makes Astralis now divide their attention across the map. And that's when Naf makes his way up the ramp for a great 3K to get Liquid their 13th and put them that much closer to the map victory.
And they had an initial struggle with the first half, and now it's just all the momentum their way. There's no glasses here to save the CTs from Prius here. So checks out that beautiful butterfly.
All right, and it does look like the pause is coming undone here. I do imagine Astralis wanted to just talk about that round just a little bit, as we do see the
those
eyes
are some
of
smoky
Prius.
eyes, dude.
Stare into them.
All right.
Stare into them.
I mean, those are some really dead eyes. Oh, it saves it from us. Elige not going to give us the stink eye. Liquid go back into the rhythm of things. 3 AUGs this time, 2 stolen AKs of their own, and it's just very quick, out, almost unarmed. The second one into the Molotov as well. It's going to be chaos as they spray one another. What a nade! The T's are so lit. They now take damage. More chip damage comes through. The AUGs are just too much. Astralis go for this rush play, and I think Twist tries to get up on top of that position.
Damn. And the amount of nade damage that was done that round, just tremendous from Liquid. That's a great effort out of them. It's all onto Glaive now, who's in this 1-on-4 here. And he's going to find the first onto Naf here.
That's a
second
statement.
Of the round.
That was a statement right there.
Can he do this?
He's looking for one-on-ones, and right now Elige is calling for a little bit of help. Doesn't look like he's going to get it from Nitro, who's at the car. They have him painted in right now.
He can't go anywhere right now, especially with Stewie playing in towards this T-spawn. This is a great position out of Stewie as well. Glaive has to make this work somehow. He's got some clock time as well. 50 seconds on it. Where can he go from here? Spotting the head of Elige once again. He's most likely going to get this kill momentarily.
Smoke's going to fade. Oh my goodness,
and we are into
him
a 2-on-1.
Giving him a couple 1v1s.
Stewie's still in the spot to anchor this round, though.
Sensing it.
I don't feel like Glaive's going to check this. If he checks this, that's the ultimate clear.
His knife comes out, and he falls, similar to Magisk. Magisk was just riding the wave of hops through long doors. Tried to get all the way out, and he did very quickly, successfully so, but he just could not chamber that round in time to defend himself. Liquid are near the home stretch. They're at the home stretch.
We see a very lopsided score on the first map. Very possible it could happen right here for Liquid right now. CZ's, armor, a scout, 2 AKs on the Astralis side. What are they going to do with it? They're going to rush B, Dallas.
Quick preemptive smoke, but Nitro with 2, and here's the lineup. Stewie says he's got a statement, and Astralis 2 rush rounds in a row get absolutely stumped. Devices left 1v5. And there is a lot of fog on the site, but it seems very clear that Stewie is going to take a chance knife through the smoke. And
he's just going at everybody.
I mean, he's a serial killer at this point. There's 2 for him, and Liquid 15th, full of confidence.
Look at where Astralis go from here. What could be the final round of map 2. Astralis only 3 smoke grenades and 1 Molotov to make this happen. Nothing really going their way on this map. And Liquid, well, they're playing phenomenally. Great effort from them. As Magisk out towards the long is able to find the first kill of the round on Twist. Looking at the round right now, it will be Astralis moving down towards that long A as Naf with some aggression towards Catwalk, able to take down Glaive, able to even this one up here. We are going to see Astralis, after taking long control, fall back now, where they're actually going to meet an aggressing Nitro, who's made his way into T-spawn.
Uh-oh.
They're not going to check. They don't expect this.
There's no way they check this. They've never seen this. They'll pass right over him. They check it! Free guns. Check it out. Now Stewie gets caught out, disarmed as well, thinking that they were still lurking back towards T-spawn. Liquid, well overconfident from the previous round, this time get caught out. The aircraft on deck, and it looks like possibly another disarmament of Elige. Yes, sir. Naf left to fall back. They still got a long ways to go, but like I had said before, if you give Astralis an inch, they'll take a mile. They're still looking to send this one into OT.
They're not out of it yet. Or as you would say, Dallas, so you're saying there's a chance. Or
better
yet,
there's a chance.
As Mr. Carey would say.
That's right. Not Drew. Not the Drew Carey.
I don't think anybody thought it was Drew Carey.
I mean, there's plenty of Carries.
Who would think
Harry Carey.
No. No. Look at that beautiful Dragon Lord just pointed at the ground right now.
A firearms lesson for everybody. Never stick the barrel into the ground.
Yeah, it's probably not a good idea.
Plug.
Unless you're trying to save it.
Unless
you're trying to save it. All right, a 7th round for Astralis here, but they're going to need 8 match points in a row if they want to take this one to OT. Liquid, plenty of money in their pockets. They're going to go ahead and buy right back up into this round. Maybe even see another op get dropped. No, it will be... Yeah, we will. We will see a double op with the triple AUG setup.
Like I said, there's a long road ahead. We would love to see all of this come to an absolute crucible at the very tip top of 8 rounds in a row, more for Astralis to send this to OT. Initial fight, this time Device leading the way out of long A. Molotov will pin him in, and they will continue to overwhelm, just enforce. Similar setup to what Liquid was doing in the first half, though Dupree gets taken out from Naf's position when he was lurking back there in the tunnels. Quickly down and out, back to a 3-on-3.
Do you have a couple players on the Astralis side towards this middle? We are seeing the Xbox smoke come out from T-Spawn. That's going to allow them now to move up towards that catwalk area. Not have to worry about that op towards middle peering on in where Stewie exactly is. Very slow round now from Astralis. Started off very quickly here. As they make their way towards catwalk, you're seeing a little bit more of a methodical play from them. They don't have a flashbang, however, Dallas. So in that A bomb site, Nitro, well, he's able to not get blind. He's able to have advantage through the whole thing. Is he able to hold down the site, though, is the question.
Yeah, it's really how useful these mollies are going to be for Liquid.
Oh, they spotted the head. Here comes the nade.
He's got a scope. It doesn't matter. Great shot from Glaive. It is returned by Naf. That was all the way back at Car. Again, another shot all the way from range. 2v2, but what an awkward retake. Double op right now for Liquid. Zipnix has the full auto, and he will cut Naf in 2.
Oh.
Does barely escape so as well. Stewie chucks a nade and wishes he didn't have this op right now. Throw a smoke. He wants this to end right now. Scoping in, spotting the target, looking for the one-on-one now. Where is Glaive? That's the question. He's starting to narrow this down, and Glaive is going to play a little bit of cat and mouse. Avoiding, searching, possibly jumping. He hits the jump shot and catches Stewie at point-blank range. A couple more in a row for Astralis.
Great round out of Astralis there. Really no advantage moving into that A bomb site, finding a great kill onto Nitro to open up that site. We see Naf pick the player towards Car as well. It evens it up into that double op retake. Like you said, very awkward, very difficult to do. But Stewie makes it happen in that 1v2, makes his way into sight. Unfortunately, not able to close it out because of a great jumping headshot out of Glaive.
Yeah, like at point-blank range, that bullet's going to go somewhere, and it's a large target in front of you. So Liquid go for a 4-stack towards long A. They are a little bit scattered, strung out, and the first falls right in the middle of all of them. Zipnix even spotted the second one. That was Twist that was there as well. But it's not like Liquid have shown their hand yet, but now they do. As Zipnix starts to fall back, forcing them into these very narrow angles. One at a time, he'll take that fight piecemeal.
Dupree, nice little tappa. Glaive taking down Naf, and Astralis 1 round away from double digits. They've still got a long way to go here, and Liquid, it does look like they're going to pause it and decide whether they want to go for a double op setup, the triple logs, or are they just going to maybe save and go for some great utility?
Loving it. Crowd still supporting Liquid through thick and thin. Right now it looks thin, but when does Liquid start to get nervous about this? When Astralis hits 11, 12 rounds?
Well, the economy for Liquid really isn't going anywhere right now. It's not building. They haven't really started up on anything. So, yeah, at this point, Liquid buy here. If they lose, not only do Astralis get 10, but Liquid have to now save once again. That's going to give Astralis the opportunity to get their 11th as well. And, yeah, it's getting very close at that point, getting very scary. So, Liquid now, I imagine this is the round. They're saying, guys, let's close this one out here. This is our map. Let's get it done.
I love this Flight of the Valkyries right now for Liquid setup. The AWP in the middle. The AUGs on the flank, at least in the guns. That no mid presence right now, however, for Liquid. Multiple smokes come out. That allows Liquid to get very deep and clean towards Pit. 2 players are set up towards that region. One of them's at the platform. Glaive spotted him. Yes, he did. He fires through that, hitting Elige for the majority, and then finishes the job himself. And all the while, Astralis have pushed into mid. I talked about this lack of defense here. And they are going to exploit this, but look where the bomb is. Someone's going to have to go back and get this.
And off that kill right there, great little pick onto Nitro there to start this one off. It will be Stu in the back of B picking up 1. The round is slowing down just a little bit as Device takes down Twist here towards that CT spawn ramp.
Yeah, I think they'll go A.
No, they're going to lead on towards the B, and Stewie's aggressing right into
I love this move from Stewie. Just got those kills. Oh, inside, he lines him up. He ran out of ammo.
No.
The mag's not deep enough. He had him absolutely dead to rights. And now Naf is going to have to make some fancy footwork across the map to make it work. He's going to have to
save again. There's nothing he can do at this point, unfortunately. No kit, no nades. He's got a very powerful weapon. I'd like to see him just save.
Yeah, I mean, the difference was one bullet. If Stewie had that extra round, Zipnix goes down.
That's got to burn.
Completely different.
That's got to burn.
Just ran it dry. And you're right, Naf is going to set up for the save. Possibly just this passive exit frag that he's searching for. But I believe Zipnix and Device absolutely surviving this one. And they'll move into the next round. So Liquid are into that large loss bonus now. Not quite max loss. They're at 4 of it. But plenty of money still to play with, or at least flirt with the idea to give some extra support for that off that exists, because you will in the next round be into max loss bonus. So you can buy down a decent amount here, get some pistols in play, and still feel comfortable.
I'd like to see Naf get aggressive with this AWP very early on, maybe towards the B tunnels, maybe even towards the catwalk. Get that man advantage, move that off positioning around on the map, try to make something happen for his squad.
Really is up to Naf to get the first kill, maybe even 2 from him. Looks like they're moving around in pairs. There's a pair on catwalk right now, which is the first point of contact possibly, but the mollies and the utility that is dominant by Astralis will force Liquid back. And they'll reset. That duo, Twist and Elise, still working together right now. It looks like, though, one will be abandoned to the top of the box. Strong position. So far, Liquid haven't shown that yet. But it does look like a mid to B smoke is coming down. You've got players that are in the tunnels out there as well. Maybe Glaive jumps off of this and searches for that player to the box. That's typically how it's played. But he doesn't really have support in mid. That mid to B is just a ruse.
Stewie now the solo member for this A-bomb site. He does have the rotation from Nitro very close by here, but as Astralis do group up towards this catwalk area, it's going to be mainly on Stewie to hold this site down for his squad.
He's got the 50 cal. And you do have friends in the neighborhood. Another smoke for catwalk. Glaive's just jumping for this information, making sure he is so minimally exposed. Double molly crossing the way in. Twist is here. Oh. Nice shot, a headshot, then to the chest. Gets it done. Stewie's back here with the firepower. He's going to get burned too. Still man advantage. The op is still in play, but where is it? Has it arrived to the battle? Naf is still not quite here. I believe he's on the other side of the world, and he will not show up to the battle. Backing off just before he was able to get to the front lines. Everybody else crumbled, and he'll end up saving this again. Liquid will end up with a full buy in the next round.
That was some great attention to detail from Astralis there, though. Molotoving down towards that spawn ramp, realizing that somebody could be holding that angle. Unfortunately, Twist, playing on top of that elevator box, able to pick up the first kill on a very nice angle there. Quickly traded out, however. From that point on, the site is opened up, and it doesn't look like Naf is going to be able to save here as Zipex takes him down and removes that op from field of play.
Yeah, that's something. There was still going to be an op on this round anyways, but I think it was the difference of whether it was a double op. Plenty of scopes will be on the field for Liquid. Yeah, it's still a double op. So that difference maker was either head armor or a couple extra grenades to float in there for Stewie and Naf. So it wasn't the biggest deal. But Astralis are on a hell of a streak right now. All on Liquid's overconfidence after they had hit 15.
Double up long setup of 4-1 is what Liquid's running right now as we see the op on Stewie towards the back of the B bomb site. The remaining members of Liquid, after taking long, creating that presence, moving down towards middle.
Well, look at the utility for Liquid. They're actually down to about half of what they had started with. There's still $120 on the clock.
Stewie, once again, getting the entries towards his part of the map.
Smoking for doors, but Device is already ahead of this one. So he can call to his team that, you know, it's clean over here, and they're spraying through that smoke, but they're spraying into the walls that obviously Device could see. So they might just be trying to sell the fact that he's actually ahead of that position. Naf the second. double up. 2 kills so far for those guys. Oh, stand back up Nitro, and there's a little bit of attention to detail you're talking about. Smoke lands to the other side of the box. Molotov behind that one, but Nitro's already been contended with. 3-on-4, man advantage for Liquid, and Stewie finds another, looking for the next one as well, as so far Astralis have run out of gas. The bomb was fumbled and now picked up, advancing forward. Device has to worry about what's behind him. Doesn't have the heart to be able to take down Elige, though. Debris disconnected from the rest of this one. There's 3 CTs in front of him in the bomb. Not gonna happen. Liquid take map 2.